Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurion's Review. Today I'm going to go over my new game, Orc Raid. I'm going to tell you how to play it, how all the different controls work and so forth, and maybe show you a few tips to help your gameplay. So to start, you just press the Enter key.
Raid the pathetic human settlements. Steal their gold and bring it back to the caves.
Alright, let me explain the units here. Up here, these units here are orcs. These have a combat strength of 3, 4, or 5. This here is a troll. The troll has a special ability, which is regeneration. Once per turn, he can attempt to regenerate. Basically, a roll from 1 to 6. On a 6, he'll regenerate. Alright, here's an orc here with a combat strength of 4. The combat strength is also the amount of steps these counters have. Unlike normal, like Avalon Hill type games or normal war games that have maybe 2 steps, since this is done on a computer, you can have more. So some of them have up to 5 steps. Here's an orc here with 5 steps. And now let me go over the human forces. The orcs here are all starting in caves. The goal of the game is for the orcs to leave the caves and kill humans and steal their gold. Alright, so let's go to the human units here. This is an archer. The archer has 3 steps, and he has a range of 2. All units in the game can only attack units that are in adjacent hexes, except for him. He can attack someone up to 2 hexes away. Below him here is a farmer. He's got a combat strength of 2. His special ability, it's actually a negative special ability. His special ability is that he runs when he takes damage. And if you look down here on the lower left, if you ever see a gold coin on any of the counters, it means if you kill that unit, you'll get gold. And when your units pick up the gold, they get a gold coin on them too to signify they're carrying gold. So down here, here's the human's best unit. This is a knight here. He's got a combat strength of 5, which means 5 steps too. And he's got a movement of 8, so he's got quite a bit of movement. In addition to that, his special ability is he gets +3 added to his combat strength whenever he attacks. It's only on attack, not on defense. And here is a men-at-arms too. He gets +3 to his combat strength also, and I forgot to mention that the archers also get a +3 to their combat strength when they fire, but that's only on attacking. On defense, they don't get it. So I think that's all the different unit types. And then as far as terrain, roads will allow you to move for half a movement point instead of 1 movement point, and like woods here would be 2 movement points. Up here, like in the mountains, that's 3 movement points, and to get across a river here, or to enter a river space rather, is 4 movement points. Notice that the troll has 3 movement points, so he can't cross a river unless he uses a bridge over here. So let's get to the controls. First thing you probably noticed is you can zoom in and zoom out. You do that either with the mouse wheel or by pressing the minus key or by pressing the plus key. Plus key zooms out and minus key zooms in. The sequence of play is orc movement, orc combat, human movement, human combat, and then regeneration. Alright, so let's start the game and I'll explain what I'm doing as I go along. You start in orc movement mode. Actually, while we're up here, let's talk about the command window. The command window up here shows your score. And in order for your score to go up or down, for it to go up, you have to, if you kill an enemy human unit, you get +1 to your score. If you whatever amount of gold you bring back to the caves adds to your score too. However, each time you lose an orc or a troll unit, you lose 5 points. And so here it's also showing the current phase, which is orc movement, which gives an instruction: select an orc or troll to move and click on a destination hex. So let's do that. Actually, let's zoom out fully here. Notice on the zoom out screen that the command window's on the bottom, but it does the same thing. And over here is a button. You can use this button to advance to the next phase. You can either, to advance to the next phase, you either hit the enter key, you use that button, or you do a right mouse click to advance to the next phase in the sequence of play. So let's get started here. I'm just going to move to there. And the troll here is going to run down here. And to move the camera around the screen, you just use the arrow keys to move. Alright, so we're go there. Alright, so now we want to go to the orc combat phase, so I'm going to right click here on the mouse.
Orc combat.
And let's see if we got any combat we can do here. These guys are going to attack the archer. So you just click on the units you want to attack with, and then you'll click on the enemy unit, which is the archer. So they rolled a 1, so the attackers lost a step. Alright, so that's the end of orc combat. So we're going to right click again, and it's going to go to human movement, and then it will go to automatically go to human combat when it needs to, and automatically go to regeneration when it needs to, and then it will automatically go to orc movement again.
Human movement. Human combat.
Alright, so they hit my orc here.
Regeneration. Orc movement.
Alright. And whenever a human attacks, it gets centered in the camera. Alright, so we're at orc movement, so they'll go there, and this guy's going to run over here, and these two are going to attack the farmer. Alright, let's go down here and see what else we can do. He's got a slow movement. These guys are just getting lined up here so they can go on the attack later. Alright, so we're going to right click to go to orc combat.
Orc combat.
So let me show you an illegal attack here and show you what happens. I'm going to click on these two here, and I'm going to click on the farmer to attack them. The orc that's a 4 here is not adjacent, so he can't attack, so you're going to get a buzzing sound, and on the command window it's going to tell you it's an invalid attack. See up here it says can't attack, attacker isn't adjacent to the defender, so you just correct yourself and select the correct attackers and click on the farmer. And it looked like attacker lost 1 step. This guy here is going to attack the archer. Wow, these guys are rolling bad. He lost a step too. Alright, over here, maybe these guys will have some success. So the farmer lost a step, so when it goes to human movement, the farmer's going to run because he's scared. Down here, no combat. So we're going to right click to go to human movement.
Human movement.
There, the farmer
Human
ran.
combat. Regeneration. Orc movement.
Alright, this guy's going to move up here. He's going to move there. Let's go down here and get these guys in line. He's going to move there. So we right click to go to orc combat.
Orc combat.
Alright, these two will attack this farmer. And they killed him, and notice he left 1 gold behind, so during the next orc movement phase, the orcs can move onto it and pick up the gold. Okay, over here, gonna do an attack. No effect. He's not going to attack the archer because at those odds 3 to 3, which becomes an odds of 0, he's most likely going to take damage. The CRT on this, the different results that can happen, of course, are no effect. Attacker loses 1 step. Attacker loses 2 steps. Attacker retreat, defender retreat, or defender loses 1 step, or defender loses 2 steps. One thing to know about the combat results table, whatever the odds, no matter what the odds are, if you roll a 1, you are going to take damage, and if you roll a 6, you will damage the enemy. And as far as rolling a 2, 2 is always no effect. 3, 4, and 5 is variable. It depends on what the combat odds are. And one thing I got to mention about the archer is the archer ignores attacker retreats, and attacker loses 1 step and attacker loses 2 steps. So let's move down here, and there's nothing here. And after several turns, the knights become activated because they notice that you're invading their land, and they'll go out to attack you.
Human movement.
There's the knights running.
Human combat.
They killed one of my orcs. And they damaged the troll there.
Regeneration. Orc movement.
On the command window during the regeneration phase, it will tell you whether any of your orcs regenerated successfully. So this guy here is going to move on to the gold here. Just pick it up. Get a cash register sound when you pick it up. This guy is going to move over here, because if they get a retreat result on this knight when they attack, the only places the knight can retreat are into spaces which are in their zone of control, so he'll be killed instead of being able to retreat away. Alright, let's go down here. These guys need to attack this knight. Alright, he's going to go there. Let's right-click to go to Orc Combat.
Orc combat.
It did 1 damage to the knight. Alright, over here, this guy needs... Oh, I should have moved him before. That was bad on my part. Alright, so let's go here and attack here. Alright, so they killed that knight. See here, it says defender couldn't retreat, so he was eliminated and he died. Alright, so let's go to human movement and human combat.
Human movement. Human combat. Regeneration. Orc movement.
Alright, let's zoom. We can zoom out to see the whole screen at once. And then zoom back. First thing I'm going to do is, just to show you how returning gold works, he just moves onto a cave space. And you hear the cash register sound, and it says up here he returned with 1 gold. The game will continue until either all your orcs and trolls are dead, or all your orcs and trolls have returned to the caves with whatever gold they have. And the game will end then, and it'll give you a level of victory based on the amount of points you have. So you could have anything going from a major orc defeat to a moderate to a minor orc defeat, or you can have a minor orc victory, moderate orc victory, or overwhelming orc victory. Actually, it's called major orc victory, but the game's won or lost with victory points. Forgot to mention is this game requires a monitor that has a height of 1080 pixels or more. So if you're using like a laptop that's like 7 years old, it probably doesn't have a monitor that's tall enough, so part of the map will be cut off and the command windows may not show. So I only recommend this game for computers with a monitor of 1080 pixel or higher in height, which is all the computers pretty much on the market right now. And there's a Windows version of this, and there's a Macintosh version too. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, definitely contact me and I'll help you out. Have a good evening.